Good Tuesday afternoon, Facebook, YouTube. How you doing? I am Kendrick, the sports guy with Kendrick Sports Hustle. That's SportzHustle, and I'm gonna give you your Tuesday Sports Hustle news. How is everybody doing? I hope you are having a great start to your week. Again, it is Tuesday, and it is time for your Tuesday Sports Hustle. So everybody, getting a good start to your week. I know we still getting over Father's Day. Fathers, everybody cool. I hope the dads, hope you had a great Father's Day. Hope your loved ones took care of you and all that. And again, we getting back into the start of the work week. Now, tomorrow is Juneteenth. I don't know. It is a federal holiday now. Some companies give employees off. Don't know if you have an off day tomorrow, but if you do have an off day, make sure you patronize a black-owned business, if possible. Why not? Juneteenth is a celebration of the free slaves being free, and they got the word in Texas now. They got it 2 years too late. That's a whole nother history lesson, but it's a big celebration. We had a lot of Juneteenth activities going on here in East Texas. I am in Tyler, by the way. And if you want to find, speaking of some of the best ways to celebrate Juneteenth, especially in the state of Texas, I think Tyler, Texas does it. No, they do it better than anybody else in the state of Texas, in my opinion. I've heard people say that, and I think they are right. They do it big in Tyler when it comes to Juneteenth celebrations. So again, come in, make sure you comment, hit that like button, hit that share button. Let me know where you're watching from. Again, make sure you subscribe to the channel on YouTube. That is Kendrick Sports Hustle. That's SportzHustle. Make sure you like and follow Kendrick Sports Hustle as well here on Facebook. And you can follow me on my personal Facebook page as well. That is Kendrick Roline Henderson. And if you would like to contribute to the channel, you can also hit my Cash App, which you will see in the ticker below. Because again, I do this because I love it, but I also want to invest and acquire equipment where I can go about and create my own sports content. I worked in the industry over half my life. I'm no longer in the industry, but this is what I love to do. Sports is my passion, always has been. And again, if you like something I say, if you like my live stuff, and you like some of the stories I post, you definitely can contribute. You can hit my Cash App, which is scrolling in the ticker. That is $1969 Kendrick. And believe me, it is going to be invested back in the business again. So make sure you comment. Let me know you're watching, where you're watching from. I know a lot of times people be watching in the bushes. Believe me, you ain't going to get in trouble. We just talking about sports. We just talking about a conversation. We just have a conversation. It's all good. Again, hit that like button and share it again to all your social media platforms. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. Let's talk about the Celtics and that Mavs NBA Finals. It was over. It ended, which I think most of us pretty much knew that the Celtics was going to close this thing out at home. I was just live on TFG Sports Media on YouTube as well as on Facebook. Make sure you subscribe to that channel as well as follow TFG Sports Media on Facebook. And my good brother Craig Thomas, he asked the question: Do you think the Boston Celtics threw Game 4 in Dallas? And my response was, no, I don't think they threw it. I think just sometimes in a 7-game series, a team throws up a clunker. They throwing up bricks, and I think that's what happened with the Celtics in Game 4. And in Game 5, they came back home again. They shut it down. Whereas the Mavericks, they had all the pressure on because they had to try to lengthen this series. They had to try to get it to Game 6, and the Celtics wasn't going to allow that to happen. The Mavericks kind of kept it there close in the first half, starting the second quarter, but then the Celtics would open up a 10-point lead, and then it was on, and that was pretty much a wrap for the Mavericks. Since then, after that, the Celtics would lead eventually by 26 points at one point, but they would get the victory again, 106-88, to get the gentleman's sweep over the Mavericks. They won the series 4-1. Jaylen Brown for the Celtics was named the Finals MVP. He had 21 points, 8 rebounds, and 6 assists. Celtics, Jason Tatum. He led the team with 31 points, 8 rebounds, 11 assists, and he almost had a triple-double. Jaylen Brown, again, was named the NBA Finals MVP. He was also named the Eastern Conference MVP. He averaged in this series versus the Mavericks 20.8 points, 5.4 rebounds, 5 assists, and again, well-deserved for Mr. Jaylen Brown. Now he and Jason Tatum, now they got that monkey off their back. They have been to the finals the 2 of the last 3 years, I believe, and weren't able to get it done. They were finally able to get that done. And this tandem right here, they still young. Tatum is only 26. Jaylen Brown is 27. Brown has already inked that massive contract he did, extension last summer, which is actually the richest in NBA history, by the way. And Jason Tatum is going to be probably getting ready to have get a contract too. So they're going to have their 2 young nucleus intact for a while, unless egos get in the way. And we know sometimes we've seen that happen on some championship teams. We saw that happen with the Lakers with Shaq, Shaquille O'Neal, and the late Kobe Bean Bryant. We also see it happen with Shaq again before the Lakers with Orlando, with he and Penny Hardaway, which I think was more Shaq. But again, they're going to have this young tandem in place for a minute. And what can you say about the Celtics? I think their support, their bench guys, they showed up. What can you say about Derek White? I mean, he's not a bench guy. He starts, but he played well this whole series. Drew Holiday, who gets his second ring in 4 years? The trade that the Celtics got with Portland, getting Drew Holiday, who was a steady hand. Defensively, he did his thing on Kyrie Irving. Al Horford, 17-year vet. Shout out to him for finally getting the ring. He's been that veteran glue for many teams, but he's been that glue for the Celtics. And to able to get him a ring, that's cool. Joe Mazzulla, in his second full year as the head coach of the Celtics, he got over the hump, man. He was able to come in and become the main guy after all that situation with Ime Udoka, and he was able to get it done. So the Celtics, again, they win their 18th title. Now they are at the top of the list for the most NBA titles in league history. They have been tied with the LA Lakers for a minute, and we're going to talk about the Lakers in a minute because I think they were being a little petty today with some information, or at least the Lakers writer was, to kind of steal the shine from the Celtics winning their 18th title. Now, what about the Mavericks? Luka Doncic, he did all he could do. He was banged up a little bit, and I think he definitely has to get in better shape. I don't think he's out of shape. I don't think he's in the best shape that he should be in, because he has to get better defensively. Not saying he got to be a lockdown defender, but he can't be a liability on the defensive end for his team. And if you watch the couple of series, you can tell that Luka can be a defensive liability. Can't do that. Again, I'm not saying he got to be the greatest defender. He got to be that lockdown type guy, but he definitely has to get better defensively. But he did all he could do. He had 28 points, 12 rebounds, 5 assists, 3 steals. He only shot 2 for 9 from three-point line. The Mavericks shot horrible, by the way, last night. And he also had 7 turnovers, which didn't help. Kyrie Irving did not have a great series at all. He shot, and he did not shoot well. Could that, you could say Drew Holiday, his defense on him maybe bothered him, but Kyrie he's a star. He normally finds a way to get his game going. Obviously, he had a great game on Friday, but the Mavericks needed both of these two to be lights out for them to have a shot against the Celtics team. Irving only had 15 points, 9 assists, and he was only 5 for 16 from the field. So the Mavericks, considering this season was not, I would not call it a disappointment. I think the Mavericks showed they got some young talent. I think they need a third scorer, in my opinion. But I think they got some young, talented players that they can build on. I think Jason Kidd is the right fit for this team for his head coach. There were some rumblings earlier in the season that maybe he should be moved around or they should think about replacing him. But I don't think so. I think he's the right fit. I think he's the right coach for this team. And the Mavericks, they got to build on this momentum. Obviously, I think they need a third scorer. I think that's definitely they need that. That's going to be a legit 17 or 18 point a night scorer, give him 5 to 6 assists, and give him, 5 to 6 rebounds. I think that's that third guy they need. I think they need a little bit more beef up front. But outside of that, I think they got potential. Being in that Western Conference ain't easy either. So teams are going to be getting better. We got the draft coming up next week, so we'll see what happens with that. So again, Celtics claim their 18th NBA title with the big win. They take the NBA Finals in 5 games, 4-1 over the Dallas Mavericks. And can they do it again? Can we have a repeat? Can we have a two-peat? I don't know. It's going to be tough. I think they're in the Eastern Conference. I think a lot of those teams are going to be better. And that's another thing some people I was reading where reporters were saying they thought that the Celtics had an easy route to the finals, which easier than the Mavericks. Yes, I would definitely say it was. I mean, they caught some teams that were banged up too, but you still got to play the game. So outside of however, you can't blame the team for playing who's in front of them. You got to play who's out there, and that's just the way it goes. So we'll see if they can do this again next season. Can they keep some of these guys in place? Because I know they're gonna have to pay Jason Tatum. I think next summer, I think he may be getting his deal. Will they be able to keep Drew Holiday and Derek White, all those guys? I think Peyton Pritchard, all those guys. What are they going to do with Kristaps Porzingis? They got him in the trade, so I think they got him locked in for maybe 2 or 3 years. So will the Celtics be able to repeat? We'll see. But it's going to be tough. Now, in the Western Conference, it's probably going to be tough again for the Mavericks to run through there. But every season is different. So we'll see what happens from there. So now let's talk about some of our Tuesday sports hustle news. Got to talk about these Lakers rumors. Again, I think the Lakers, this writer at least, was trying to be a little petty to steal some of the shine from the Celtics. According to Anthony Irwin of the Lakers Daily, he's basically saying this deal to make JJ Redick the next Lakers head coach is a done deal. But Shams Charania with the Athletics said, pump your brakes. There's nothing been said, nothing done, but it's all a rumor right now. Again, I got hold of this. I was on YouTube just kind of, searching around, watching some of the people I'm subscribed to, and one sports channel I'm subscribed to, he doing breaking news saying the Lakers have hired JJ Redick. And I'm like, so then I get to looking. I said, well, nobody's reporting that. I went to the Lakers website. Nobody's reporting this. I was like, where's he getting this from? But then this writer, again, for the Lakers Daily, Anthony Irwin, would post it's not called a tweet. He would post on X, formerly known as Twitter. His post would say, it's pretty much a done deal. JJ Redick is going to be the next Lakers head coach. I will go live. I didn't get to catch his live. Again, his name is Anthony Irwin. But my thoughts on this, I've been talking about this for a couple of weeks now, that he was the front runner. Even after Dan Hurley left the Lakers at the altar after they offered him a 6-year, $70 million deal. Most people were saying that even that Redick was the front runner. My thoughts on it, I think he knows his X's and O's. He's a former NBA player, 15 years in the league. I think his intangibles is his knowledge of the game. I think that's definitely a plus. I think with him not being that far removed from the game, I think that's a plus because he can probably connect with these players. Again, coaching ain't just about the X's and O's. It's about connecting with your players, especially your star players. So I think that's a plus. But, he hasn't had any coaching experience at any level. He hadn't been an assistant. So I think the Lakers, Jenny Buss, who's the owner, as well as the of the Lakers, and Rob Pelinka, who's the president of basketball operations and the general manager, if this is going to be their guy, hopefully they get a staff, surround him with some vets that have been there, done that. So my thoughts on if it is JJ Redick, I guess. I mean, I get it. But the Lakers got to get this right, I'll be honest with you, because they got to look for the future because we don't know how long LeBron James is going to play. Speaking of LeBron, he has to June 29th to either opt into his player option or opt out. I think it's $51.4 million. If he opts out, then he becomes an unrestricted free agent which basically probably would mean that he would renegotiate his deal with the Lakers and most likely would stay with the Lakers. I don't know if that's true or not. So, but you don't know. So you got to have a head coach that's going to be able to take you beyond the LeBron James time if he stays in the purple and gold. Now, is Bronny James going to be connected to all this? That's probably going to be part of this that you're going to have to deal with too as the head coach, as well as dealing with Rich Paul, who is LeBron James' agent, as well as Bronny James' agent, if that happens. So this head coach is going to have to deal with some of this stuff, the intangibles of dealing with LeBron James. Again, LeBron James is a great player, but he's always seemed somehow been able to set things up and be able to get what he wants. Obviously, the only place he didn't able to do that was Miami, because Pat Riley wasn't having that. You weren't going to be able to make moves and get players, this and that. So if JJ Redick is the guy, what happens now with that podcast with he and his best friend LeBron James? Mind the game. Obviously, you can't do that. And then just he coaching LeBron. With them being this close relationship, how are you going to be able to, I ain't going to say check him, but if you have to have some words or motivate him or correct him, how is that going to happen? And LeBron James is going to, let's be honest, LeBron, he's been known and it's rumored that he gets coaches out of there. And I believe that's what happened with Darvin Ham. That's just my opinion. So how's that dynamic going to work? Obviously, that podcast is not going to be able to happen anymore. Well, I don't know. I ain't going to say it can't happen. It could. I don't know. But that's just going to be kind of weird to be doing that with one of your players if you're the head coach. So what would happen with the Lakers hire JJ Redick? Again, this is all rumors. It's nothing been, the organization has not released anything that said that JJ Redick has been hired. Again, Anthony Irwin with the Lakers Daily is the one that's saying that this is going to happen. And we'll keep you locked here. We'll keep you updated if that is the case. So, again, I don't have a problem with JJ Redick. Again, they just got to put him in a place to succeed. You got to get him some veteran coaches. I think Sam Cassell has interviewed with them. Again, speaking of interviewing, JJ Redick did formally interview with the Lakers this past weekend, too, by the way. But Sam Cassell has interviewed. James Borrego has interviewed with them. Then I had Craig Thomas, who's a faithful follower and watcher. He asked about, he said he wished Mark Jackson would get a job somewhere. And I don't think Mark Jackson is even interested in coaching in the NBA anymore. And I don't think, let alone coaching the Lakers. I just don't think that would be I don't think that would be a good fit for him. I just think it's too much instability there. Again, I think the Lakers really get this coaching, this hire right. Because they've been through a carousel of coaches since 2012, I want to say. They've been through 6. Obviously, we know Darvin Ham, Frank Vogel, Byron Scott, Mike Brown. That's 4 right there. And I think it's the 5th coach that I'm missing that was somewhere in there. But they've been through quite a few coaches in the last 10, 12 years. So they got to get it right. So again, just rumors. Lakers haven't confirmed this, but Anthony Irwin with the Lakers Daily is saying that JJ Redick will be the next head coach of the Lakers. Speaking of coaching, got to mention this too. Former Knicks and Houston Rockets head coach Jeff Van Gundy, who was one of the top NBA television analysts with ESPN, who was let go after 16 years, where he's accepted to be the lead assistant coach with Ty Lue and the Los Angeles Clippers. He was actually, Jeff Van Gundy was a consultant with the Celtics this past season, so he is a champ. He gets a ring with the Celtics now, but he is going to be Tyronn Lue, lead assistant with the Clippers. Again, Jeff Van Gundy coached in the league for quite a few years. His record, 430 wins and 318 losses. He was 500 in the postseason at 44-44, and he did lead the New York Knicks to the 1999 NBA Finals. So again, if you didn't hear, Jeff Van Gundy will be the new lead assistant for Tyronn Lue and the Los Angeles Clippers. And speaking of new, I saw a picture of Clippers guard Kawhi Leonard. He has a new look, by the way. New dude. He got rid of the what the dreads, and he went to just a regular cut. He had on some shades. Actually, he looked like an R&B singer. If you hadn't seen the new Kawhi Leonard look, check him out. He looked like he's about to go on tour with Chris Brown, somebody. He looked like an R&B singer. So go Google Kawhi Leonard, new look. Check him out. Tell me what you think in the comments if you watch this later. So I had to bring that up as well. And before I get out of here, my last thing I want to talk about, ran across a pretty cool story. Notre Dame, they get a trio of recruits who they are the sons of famous football fathers, by the way. Jerome Bettis Jr., Elijah Burris, and Ivan Taylor. They both committed, all three committed to the University of Notre Dame. Jerome Bettis Jr., you know who his dad is, Hall of Famer, former Pittsburgh Steeler, former Rams too. Most people forget about that, but he's most known as Steelers. Hall of Famer Jerome Bettis. His son is a 3-star wide receiver, according to 247 Sports. He would be headed to Notre Dame. He's committed to Notre Dame. Elijah Burris. He's the son of former Steeler, former Giant, Plaxico Burris. He's also been rated as a 3-star wide receiver by 247 Sports. And Ivan Taylor, who is a 4-star safety. He is the son of Ike Taylor, former Steelers safety. He's the number 5 player in the nation at his position, according to 247 Sports. And again, he is a 4-star safety. Now, all three, Plaxico Burris, Ike Taylor, and Jerome Bettis, were our teammates at Pittsburgh for the Steel Curtain, for the Steeler Nation. So again, their 3 sons, Jerome Bettis Jr., Elijah Burris, and Ivan Taylor, they all 3 committed to play at the University of Notre Dame. Oh, by the way, that's where Jerome Bettis Sr. played. So Jerome Bettis Jr. will follow in his father's footsteps in college. And could he possibly follow in his father's footsteps at the next level, playing for either the Rams or for the Steelers? So again, it was cool to see this. You know, Sunday was Father's Day, and I did my show was on sons following in their father's footsteps, from an athletic perspective. So that's pretty cool. That's a pretty cool story. If you want to check it out, you can also look that up, I believe, on the Bleacher Report. So again, that is going to be it for your Tuesday Sports Hustle with Kendrick, the sports guy. I want to thank anybody that watched this later. Make sure you like it, share this to your social media platforms. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to Kendrick Sports Hustle on YouTube. That's SPORTZ HUSTLE, as well as you can subscribe to TFG Sports Media on YouTube as well. Make sure you follow me here on Facebook at Kendrick Sports Hustle. Follow my page. Follow my page, my personal page as well here on Facebook, Kendrick Roland Henderson. And you also can follow me on TikTok. That's Kendrick1969. I'm sorry, Kendrick Henderson 51 on TikTok. And then on Instagram, you can follow me at Kendrick1969. So again, this is always going to be your Tuesday. I'm going to bring you your Tuesday Sports Hustle Report with the sports guy, Kendrick. You can catch me here every Tuesday. I try to say 4. It just depends. It'll probably be more like 4:30. 5-ish, somewhere around there. But man, just make sure you click your notification bell on YouTube to be alerted when new content is headed your way, live streams, all that stuff. You can do that on YouTube, and just make sure you follow me here on Facebook as well. So again, you all enjoy the rest of your Tuesday. If you're off tomorrow, enjoy your Juneteenth, and make sure you patronize Black-owned business somehow, some way tomorrow, if it's possible. All right? We'll catch you here next Tuesday. And again, you never know, I may pop in and do something live if something pops off. So again, you all have a great rest of your evening. I am out. Peace.